Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we're flying from Dublin to Las Vegas with Aer Lingus in their business class product. In this video we're going to show you the ground experience, the flight and of course what we feel is the best part of flying out of Dublin to the US. Welcome to a very chaotic Dublin Airport Terminal 2, the home of Aer Lingus. There are plenty of automated terminals available for you, with staff on hand to help. However, if you're flying business class, you have your very own premium check-in area, which to be honest is just a boarded area with 3 check-in desks. Nothing to get too excited about. We filmed this at the end of December 2025. And once we got to the lounge, this is where we feel the ground experience had fallen down. The reason why we love flying through Dublin to the US is because you can actually go through the US Customs and Border pre-clearance, meaning technically, once you go through, you're on US soil before you've even taken off, which then means you land in the US as a domestic passenger. Now, normally there is a lounge on this side and it's called the 51st and Green, and it's open to those with business class tickets and status holders. However, it is currently closed for renovation until spring 2026. In the reserve seating area, there are plenty of seats, a departure board and an overpriced vending machine. There for your snacks and refreshments. However, as we've flown in from Heathrow and British Airways, we were classed as connecting passengers, therefore we were allowed access to the Aer Lingus lounge. After a couple of drinks and a quick scan of flight radar, we realised our plane was right in front of us. It was a 5-year-old A330-300. Registration EIEIN. And no, before you ask, Aer Lingus do not have a reg EIEIO. It would be funny if they did. An hour and a half before our flight, we headed down to the US pre-clearance, which was a breeze. The business class cabin is set up as single seats on the left, with pairs in the middle, and on the right you have a 2-1-2 layout. The seats on the left are staggered, one by the window and one by the aisle, and on the other side, with the layout as a 2-1-2, it creates a throne seat on every second row. So let's talk about the seats. Firstly, they all have their own bedding and pillows, and amenity kit with the usual suspects, headphones and a bottle of water. Surprisingly, every seat has an overhead air vent, a small locker, a reading light, a universal power socket with USB-A and a headphone socket, seat controls with a massage function, a large table which folds down from the side, the in-flight entertainment remote is found in the armrest, and just below there are more seat controls which you can use when you're in bed mode. There's also a little bit of additional storage. Although the headphones aren't premium, they do a good job. If you can get a chance, try and download the Aer Lingus app onto your phone. This allows you to control the entertainment from your own phone and also create playlists. Although I did find the in-flight entertainment screen was very responsive and there was plenty to choose from. A great positive with Aer Lingus is that if you're travelling in the business class cabin, you have access to free Wi-Fi for the duration of your flight. I did use this and found it fast enough to download and also to watch YouTube. Not long after takeoff, a drink service and snack were offered. The biscuits and chutney were delicious. This is the outward meal, and as it was December, we were offered the festive menu, which was very tasty. Another food service was offered closer to landing, but I declined as I was still full. This was the return menu in January, again very enjoyable and more typical of what you would normally receive. Returning home, I had the throne seat, or as Chris likes to call it, the coffin. Now, he sat in this seat on the way out, and I asked him, why do you call it the coffin? He said because of the high-sided walls when he's in bed mode and the very narrow footwell. He said he feels like he's been lowered into the ground. Now, personally, I was sitting on the seat on the way back and I had to do quite a lot of work, and I found the additional table space really, really useful. So if you are unlucky enough to be working, then I would recommend you try and grab this seat, because not only do you get additional storage, but you have a lot more workspace. The seat also has everything that all the other seats have. So our thoughts on Aer Lingus. I'd like to start with the Dublin experience. Although we were lucky to use the lounge, I feel it would be very frustrating for those who can't. We couldn't see any emails of communication, and we certainly weren't told at check-in that there would be restrictions in the lounge. So if you are considering this as a route, please check the website to see what's going on. We love the fact that you can fly from Dublin into the States and go through pre-clearance. It makes life so much easier. And as for the Wi-Fi, what an added bonus. I actually think no matter what airline you're on, no matter what cabin you're in, you should get free Wi-Fi. The onboard service was a little hit and miss. On both flights, to be honest, there were clearly members of the cabin crew who loved their jobs and just could not do enough to help you, where there were others, well, let's just say they would much rather be at home with their feet up. Have you flown Aer Lingus? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. I'll leave you now with views from our Las Vegas takeoff.